Metro Manila, well, it's home to 14 million people, with 4 out of every 10 residents living in slums. The Philippine government is trying to relocate these informal settlers by the year 2016 by building affordable houses and having schemes to help them buy their own homes. Channel NewsAsia's Christine Ong tells us more.
67-year-old Ana Arbolante moved to Manila from Quezon province 40 years ago in search for a better life with her husband and 1-year-old daughter. Her husband found a job as a cab driver, but his pay was not enough to pay for the rental of a 15 square meter apartment, which was $150 a month. So they found a spare lot beside this creek and made it home.
Pag naupa ka, pagkagising mo, may utang ka na naman. Hanggat maaari, pilitin na yung iuupa mo, pakain mo lang sa mga apo mo, ganun.
But a typhoon in 2009 caused the river to overflow, and it flooded their house. That finally convinced Ana to take part in government's relocation plan for informal settlers.
Siyempre, yung panahon ngayon, ulan lagi, nakakatakot kang pag lumatakot, malaki yung ilog. Kasi baka malandslide. Marami akong apo. Kaya pinag-iisip na yan, pag ako'y aalis, taga-alala rin ako na pag nandito sila, wala ako, biglang malandslide.
The Philippine government has allocated $1.2 billion to relocate some 8 million informal settlers by 2016. The priority of the government right now is to remove about 100,000 informal settler families living along danger zones like this, especially with the onslaught of the typhoon season. Now, each family will be given about $400 to help them in their new relocation sites. The government scheme also helps families to buy their own homes. By paying $20 a month for 30 years, recipient families will eventually own this 25 square meter house and the lot it occupies. But the reality is that Metro Manila has a sprawling population of 14 million, and 4 in 10 of its residents live in slums. The government has said it cannot solve the problem on its own and has asked for private sector help.
If a family doesn't have a decent place to live, then children don't stay healthy. If they're not healthy, they don't do well in school. If they don't get an education, they don't have the chance to lift themselves up. And so we would say that housing is a prerequisite for families and to be able to lift themselves up.
NGOs like Habitat for Humanity help alleviate the problem by offering home ownership programs similar to the government scheme. And for Justina Oroque, who's been living in a dump site for 30 years, the prospect of having a house to give her children is a dream come true.
Ang respeto po parang nagbago po, hindi kagaya doon sa squatter na parang tingin ng mga tao sa iyo mababa kasi nandoon ka sa squatter, pero pag kagaya ngayon na nalipat na po kami, parang masarap ang pakiramdam po namin sa sarili namin na parang taas na kami nga hindi kami parang ikakahiya ng mga tao dahil nandito na kami sa lugar na to.
At least 10 housing projects are in progress to accommodate some 6,426 informal settler families in danger areas in Metro Manila. Christine Ong, Channel NewsAsia, Manila.